Megan Khung, a name that should evoke images of childhood joy, laughter, and boundless potential. Instead, it represents a tragedy, a stark reminder of the dark reality of child abuse. At just 4 years old, Megan's life was brutally cut short, stolen by those entrusted to protect her. Her story is not an isolated incident. It is a chilling echo of countless other children who suffer in silence, victims of a system that failed to shield them from harm. Megan's death serves as a harrowing wake-up call, a desperate plea for change to protect the most vulnerable members of our society. We must confront the uncomfortable truths surrounding her case. We must examine the systemic failures that allowed her abuse to continue unabated. And most importantly, we must demand action to ensure that no child ever endures the horrors that Megan faced. This is her story, a story of unspeakable cruelty, missed opportunities, and the urgent need for reform, a story that demands to be heard. Within the walls of her own home, Megan Khung's life became a nightmare. Her supposed sanctuary transformed into a prison of pain and fear. The perpetrators of this unimaginable cruelty, her own mother, Fu Liping, and the mother's boyfriend, Wang Shixiang. Their abuse was not a momentary lapse of judgment, but a sustained campaign of terror. Caning, a brutal and archaic punishment, became commonplace. Megan was forced to endure the humiliation of wearing soiled diapers, denied the basic dignity every child deserves. Food, a source of nourishment and comfort, was wielded as a weapon, her tiny body starved and weakened. The assaults escalated in their depravity, beatings with a hose, the cold water a cruel contrast to the warmth a child should expect. The bidet, meant for hygiene, was turned into an instrument of torture, the forceful spray a source of pain and humiliation. And as if these horrors weren't enough, a baton, a symbol of authority meant to protect, became a tool for inflicting unimaginable pain. Megan's ordeal began long before her death. The signs were there, the warning bells ringing, but the system remained deaf to her plight. It started in March 2019, when staff at her preschool, Healthy Start Child Development Center, noticed injuries on her young body. They filed a report, a flicker of hope in the darkness. However, the report lacked the urgency, the severity of Megan's situation not fully grasped. Beyond Social Services, tasked with protecting vulnerable children, received the report. They classified the case as excessive discipline, two words that would seal Megan's fate, not sustained abuse, not a desperate cry for help, just excessive discipline. Child Protective Services, the final line of defense, were not alerted. The system, riddled with cracks, failed to recognize the danger Megan was in. Months passed, each one an eternity for a child trapped in a nightmare. In September 2019, Megan was withdrawn from preschool. The school and Beyond Social Services tried to make contact, but their efforts proved futile. Megan had vanished from their radar, her fate unknown. The tragedy of Megan Khung's death is compounded by the missed opportunities to save her. Multiple points of contact, chances to intervene, to rescue her from the abyss of abuse, were squandered. The preschool, the first line of defense, noticed the injuries, the telltale signs of abuse, but their report lacked the urgency, the gravity of the situation not fully conveyed. Was it a lack of training, a failure to comprehend the true extent of Megan's suffering? Whatever the reason, the result was a missed opportunity, a chance to save a child's life lost. Then came Beyond Social Services, the agency tasked with protecting vulnerable children. They received the report, a glimmer of hope that someone would recognize Megan's plight. But their assessment, excessive discipline, proved fatally flawed. The system, designed to protect, instead, condemned. Child Protective Services, the last bastion of hope, were not even alerted. As the hours turned into days, the urgency to find Megan grew more desperate. Friends and family combed through the town, leaving no stone unturned. Every lead, no matter how small, was pursued with relentless determination. The community came together, united by a singular goal, to bring Megan home safely. Yet, with each passing moment, hope seemed to wane. The clock was ticking, and time was running out. In a shocking revelation, the MSF report unveils the harsh realities faced by the children. The findings are, quite frankly, heartbreaking. The report highlights the systemic failures and the urgent need for reform. It's a call to action that cannot be ignored. Sadly, the story doesn't end there. Many other children remain lost in the shadows, their stories untold. These are the silent victims, often overlooked and forgotten. We must shine a light on their plight and work tirelessly to bring them justice. In response to these alarming issues, significant reforms are being proposed. These reforms aim to protect our most vulnerable and ensure that no child falls through the cracks. It's a step towards a safer and more just society. As we look to the future, there is hope. A legacy of change is being built, one that promises a safer and brighter future for all children. It's a legacy that we must all be a part of, ensuring that the mistakes of the past are not repeated.